This week, coming up from the ashes.
So obviously, like all tales begin, Grim forced me to get this. And I was a bit hesitant at first. I was like, I don't know, man. We've already done most of this stuff. I mean,
Now hold up. One thing I just need to say real quick. Did you know that dinosaurs didn't go extinct? They just turned into house cats to infiltrate humanity.
fascinating that they turned their biology from cold-blooded to warm-blooded.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to From the Ashes podcast. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I see that some people have been out there enjoying the D&D content on YouTube, and it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy if seeing this. If you guys have any feedback about that, please let us know. We got our next D&D session coming out tomorrow, but you won't know it until Monday, so it's going to be a day late. Sorry about that, but catch up with it on YouTube. That being said, hi, how are you guys doing? I am here today with a cast of characters, that's for sure. I've got my boy Arson at my right side, and I've got Ocean right here on my left side. How you guys doing?
Quite the cast of characters.
Yes.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola. ¿Cómo te llamo? ¿Cómo estás, maybe?
Okay.
¿Por qué? Why ask?
Oh gosh. All right, so we're really messing up
non-Spanish speakers.
we're really messing up the whole what is it, the like when we post this to YouTube, it's gonna have the closed caption and it's gonna be all over the place with different types, like what the heck is going on here? No. Anyways, if you guys have read the title, you guys know this episode is about games that we have enjoyed playing recently, or so to speak. Maybe it's a brand new game that came out. Maybe it's a game we just found that came out maybe a year ago or so, or maybe it's a game that's been around for a while that we love to hate, and then we love again, and then we hate again, and then we love again, and then hate and love, hate, love, hate, love. You know how it is. It could be any of that in that category. So, but first, Arson, how you doing, brother?
I stayed up till 3 a.m.
Gee, what were you doing?
Should I tell you, or should I wait? I forgot what the plan was again.
How about you wait to tell me about what you did last night until later?
Jeez, make it sound ominous.
Well,
So go beyond just games.
Yeah, exactly.
Body.
Yeah. Did the guy in your basement finally kick it? I mean, I'm curious now.
Mine escaped.
Oh,
To be fair, like I said, you haven't heard, or I haven't said anything about him for a while.
that's true. You haven't, so he may be gone now. He may have escaped. We may never know what happened. But on that note, Arson, do you have any new games that you've been playing, or games that you've just been enjoying? Like that you dusted off and threw it in your PlayStation 1 and decided to hit that power button and play it? Or what's on Arson's list of games that he has been recently enjoying? That was a lot to get out, okay?
All right. Well, judging from my recent play order, aside from that, the last one, the next one that's up to bat would be Elden Ring Night Rain.
Oh, okay. So Elden Ring Night Ring, is that a new expansion that came out?
No, it is a completely different spin-off.
Oh, okay.
Where you and 2 other friends go in, die, or win. There really is no in between.
Hmm.
So basically, the concept is, you instead of like most of literally any other game in FromSoft,
Yeah.
where you create a character and die a lot. Instead, they decide to take a different route, and you play from a handful of characters, each with their own specialties in both weaponry and abilities. And you drop in for like 3 in-game days, and for 2 of those in-game days, you run around. You kill things, you collect things, you get stronger. And then at the end of every day, you and your buddies are forced into like a tiny little arena while the map is constantly closing in. So you get enclosed into like a circle, and
Oh
then you
wow.
have to fight a boss at the end of each day. And some of these bosses are picked from the main Elden Ring game,
Yeah.
but others are surprisingly picked from different games like Dark Souls. So one of the most unpleasant ones that you can run into is the Nameless King. He's this fella who likes to who befriends dragons, and you know once you
Mm.
kill his dragon, he just gets off of it and then just fights you instead.
Oh wow.
And unsurprisingly, fighting him while he's off his dragon is worse. But yeah, like there's just a bunch of different bosses, and then at the end, at the very end, at day 3, you fight the Night Lord, the one of the big bads. Now there's more than one Night Lord. There's like a whole bunch of them, each of them with their own unique quirks and nuances. Because considering that they mostly took this as a co-op game that you would be playing with like 2 other people, they made the bosses a little nutty. So the very first boss you fight is like this, basically like a Cerberus.
Oh, okay.
3-headed dog with a giant sword on its back that it can use to just swing around because why not?
Yeah.
And then once it gets really mad, it howls and then it splits into into 3 different dogs, and then you have to deal with that. It's fun.
It sounds like it. So is that as unforgiving as the regular Elden Ring?
Oh yeah, especially with this game's boogeyman, the bell-bearing hunter. It's basically it's basically the Elden Ring equivalent of Darth Vader.
Did you say the hash slinging slasher? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure. Basically, I mean, anything terror related, this guy is associated with, considering he can just swing that sword around, takes
Yeah.
no damage, kills in like 2 hits at best.
Oh, geez.
So
Holy
he's
cow.
fun.
Avoid him like the plague. And I'm talking about DVD. Avoid the plague, please, because the plague sucks. Anyways.
Exactly. Uninstall.
There's my DVD reference for the episode. Okay.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it's a fun co-op game.
Yeah.
Just whether you pair up with random people, which is not really recommended, or you get some friends, which I fortunately do have sometimes.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you get Grim to play with you on that?
Oh yeah, Grim loves to play. Will only play Guardian, which is
Oh.
like a big old bird man, which
Yeah.
is like the
Is
defender.
it like a
of the group.
dinosaur?
Oh, I mean, is an eagle related? No.
Let's not go down that path.
Yeah, no, we're gonna summon him.
Yeah.
But like, oh yeah, it's a great co-op game. Not a lot of people like it, obviously for some good reasons, but like because it doesn't play like most of the other games. It's purely multiplayer. I mean, you still can play it single player. But like they added more of a focus on like you need your friends to get through this. Like,
Yeah.
otherwise it's gonna be terrible.
But
Yeah.
hold on,
And-
let me stop you quick. Did you know that the T-Rex can turn invisible like the Predator?
Really? Wow, I did not know
Oh.
that.
It definitely had silent foot pads, doesn't it? It has like
Yeah,
padded.
it had
has
really
padded
tiny feet and huge arms.
Yep. And you wouldn't even know if it like walked up to you. So like it's just by the time you realized you hear like that first bicep like curl, it's already too late.
Yeah.
That's why my favorite T-Rex is the one from the movie with Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Wait, didn't that just come out yesterday?
Did it? I don't know.
No, I'm not watching it.
Don't plan
Yeah,
on watching it.
I don't know
After seeing the T-Rex with the giant like crab arms on the front.
like well, who cares?
Did
Anyways.
you also know that T-Rexes would fight pterodactyls for fun?
I can
Interesting.
imagine them like leaping in the air like a dog when you hold a treat over their
Yeah.
head, and they like leap for it.
Yeah, they were like the Michael Jordan of the basketball teams back then. It was crazy.
Yep. Interesting.
But yeah, back to Night Rain really quick.
Yeah, real quick.
It's a great game. Like I understand why some people don't like it because of the co-op aspect, but it is a very fun game. And like I love that they're branching out. Like they're not just doing like the same thing over and over again. They are experimenting.
So
and
it's not like Call of Duty? No.
Oh
No,
man.
definitely not.
I heard they're coming out with
like-
a Call of Duty Dinosaur Edition.
Oh no.
They already came out with that actually. Now that you mention it. That's an actual game that exists. Look it up.
No, it is not. Seriously.
A World War II shooter game with dinosaurs. It exists.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Back to Elden Ring real quick. Sorry.
I love that you're actually branching out and like remembering this stuff now.
All right, so what's that gonna set somebody back to play this right now?
I mean, in terms of like investment or what?
Well, I mean, just like to buy the game and play it. Like, is it on the PlayStation Plus or,
No, okay. No, it's on PlayStation. It's on Steam. It's on Xbox. It's not that expensive considering one, it's not a mainline game, so it's not going to be like fully priced as a full price game. Two, in terms of investment, yeah, you can beat all the Night Lords, and of course there's that, but you can also, each of the characters have an individual story that they're going through, so you can do that for them as well to unlock goodies for them like relics and cosmetics.
So replayability is pretty big on it then.
Yeah, replayability is pretty big. And of course it's a spin-off, so it's not going to be a full price game.
Yeah.
And of course, there is going to be more DLC for it. So you're going to be getting you can look forward to new characters, probably new Night Lords, who knows. I mean, right now the most that they're doing is releasing harder versions of the bosses we've already beaten, so they have an unintentional third phase, which is like, I don't know,
Nightmare
summoning
mode.
lightning all over the place.
Oh jeez. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it's if you're a fan of Elden Ring, then like there are some ties to the main game that you can look for in there. There are secrets. There's a bunch of stuff. I mean, also if you want to play a Dark Souls like game, but like you don't want to do the whole hassle of just like starting out slow and building your character normally, you can just pick this up and then just jump in and start murdering everything. Because
Nice.
like you're not supposed to be in there for the long run, really.
Who doesn't like a nice hack and slash game like that? I mean, come on, just pick it up and start swinging.
Yep.
That's what I do
Drop
in real
in,
life.
pick your character, see what happens, I guess.
That's pretty cool. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go next, and I'm going to start off with the main game that I really have been playing as of late. And oddly enough, again, it's not Dead by Daylight. Like, it's crazy, right? I've got about 100 hours in this game, and probably in the last 2 weeks. And
Those rookie numbers.
rookie numbers, yes, but I also am juggling school, podcast, streaming, and everything else. And so the game that I'm talking about came out about, it was a little over a year ago, January of 2024, and a year and a half, actually. And it's, it's come to my attention. I've seen people play it, but to be fair, I did not really give it a second thought. And I was like, it'd be really cool to play it. But because of my streaming, I signed up with this one website and where you can get a free key if you have so many followers and whatnot. And so I literally took my chance, and thank goodness I did, because it's called Terminals. You just look it up and you can find the key, possibly find a key for it. But the game is called Enshrouded, and basically I'm going to read the premise to you, and then I'm going to explain to you what I like about the game and everything. But it says, you are a Flameborn, the last ember of hope of a dying race. Awaken, survive the terror of a corrupting fog, and reclaim the lost beauty of your kingdom. Venture into a vast world, vanquish punishing bosses, build grand halls, and forge your path in this co-op survival action RPG for up to 16 players. And let me tell you something. It is quite amazing. Like 16 players you can put into this game. Now, mind you, we've got about 5 that play all together, including me. And the description doesn't give it enough justice. Like the way I explain it is, it's like a survival game based in a magical world. Like a D&D setting almost. It's really cool. The building mechanics in the game are unparalleled for most. I literally so Zombie and I were playing it first, and Zombie really enjoys it. Although there was a jumping puzzle that really set him off the other day, so I haven't seen him on, but he's also been sick. So I'm hoping you're feeling better, Zombie. But we have been enjoying this game so much. The building aspect of this game is, like I said, unparalleled. The whole, you build a whole town. Like, he built a whole town because you get these NPCs you can bring into your base. And, they have certain jobs. Some of them have certain jobs. And some of them have backup to that person. So you have, like, a carpenter where you can, unlock other stuff. You have a ranger type of person where you can unlock different things. And it's kind of cool. But the game itself is just flat out amazing. Like, there's so much you could do on it. The map is huge. It's just so big. And there's so much to do. Like, the more and more you do, you unlock these souls and bring them back and set them up and stuff. But, I didn't do any building for the first few days. Like, I let Zombie do all that. And then I was like, I'm waiting for a sign to see what kind of thing I'm going to build for my house, because I want to build a house for myself. And then lo and behold, we unlocked the Hobbit door. Like, the round doors with the knob in the middle that, so I built a full on Hobbit hole, like straight up. It was 100% like accurate. So, the Hobbit hole is like my crowning achievement on that game, and it's just freaking amazing. I love it.
You know what that reminds me of? Did you know all dinosaurs were actually bright green, like in cartoons?
Were they really?
Yeah, and they also all lived in Egypt. That's why we find so many fossils there.
Oh. Do you have facts to back that up?
Yeah, they built, the really big 3 pyramids. They actually built those and inspired us to build our own. That's why they're so big. They're for dinosaurs.
Oh, it's actually the dinosaur's toilet.
Yeah, exactly. It's their outhouse.
Those T-Rexes with the massive arms. That's how they were able to build such monumental constructs.
Yes,
exactly. Because if they had small arms, how would they even wipe?
That's why there's a tip on the gosh. That's why there's a tip on the pyramid. They gotta really get in there. All right. So, anyways, back to Enshrouded. So look, I literally will recommend this to anybody that would want to play it that enjoys RPG based games because the bosses are challenging. But the cool thing about the game is it's got like a freestyle, like so you gotta level up your altar is what they call it. And if you level up the flame on the altar, like you got this red enshroud, and then you got like this greenish blue shroud. You could go into the blue shroud, but it's literally like you can only spend so much time in there, and then when you run out of time, you die. If you go into the red shroud, you die within seconds. It's very yeah, it's pretty bad. But when you get that unlocked, you can go down there and, you know, the more and more you open up your flame, the more and more the red shroud goes away. You have more resistance to cold and stuff like that as well. And so as long as you have those areas unlocked, and granted, there's only certain ways to get that unlocked too. You have to progress in the game far enough to be able to beat, like, say, you know, a Cyclops. That's like for level 7 of the flame or whatever, which we just got past. But besides that, if you have it unlocked, it'll let you go anywhere. You get a glider, and the glider is kind of trash at the beginning, but as you upgrade, you get better ones. And it's just a lot of fun. Like, you know, you don't have to do missions in order. So you could go anywhere. I've got like 40 missions right now that I have that are still not done, and I've been all over the map. But it's a lot of fun. You go out there and mine your resources and come back and build your house, build your town, you know. It's just, you know, a lot of fun. And if you guys enjoy a good old survival based game, it can be unforgiving at times, because there's settings you can set up to where you can make it actually even a lot harder. And I was looking through some of them. I was like, holy crap. The one thing that's annoying is, like, your weapons break a lot. So you have to go back and fix them, but they give you a lot of opportunity. You know how, like, in the old RPG games where you'd get a save point before a big boss? You know what I'm talking about, Arson?
Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, in this game, they put like a workbench basically type of table where you could just go up and fix all your stuff, and you know you're about the crap's about to happen. You know it's about to go down. But I'm just saying, look, it's even on sale right now till July 10th. It's on sale for about $23.99, $24 on Steam. And this is, as far as I know, it's only a Steam game. I don't think you can get it anywhere else. But it is flat out amazing. If I was anybody, I would 100% give this a shot. And with Steam, you can buy it and play it for under 2 hours. You know, like Ocean and I do this all the time with Bad Game Bros. We'll buy a game, play it under 2 hours, and then return it because it's just that bad. But if you don't enjoy it, keep track of your time and then return it. But I don't think that you would return it because it's that good. If you enjoy survival-based RPG or you know, set in a magical world, it's just really cool. It's got 3 different types of characters you could play. You could play a warrior type of character, you could play a ranger type of character, and a mage. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I mean, I could go on a little bit longer, but I feel like I'd be in danger of repeating myself. And
go ahead and spill the secrets of all your friends' secret projects.
Well, secret projects. Oh, I mean, I don't really have any secret projects except for my I built
your hobbit hole.
Well, I'm not gonna expand my hobbit hole anymore. I love it. If I do, I'll dig down. But I've got my hobbit hole set up perfectly, and I love it. Like, it really does look pretty accurate to a hobbit hole for the most part. I
dig all the way down to the freaking fog level. It's gonna have just a door with the flower pot right in front of the ruins of where you were when you dropped down the first time you showed me.
Exactly, yeah. So what's funny though is, you know, I got Shorty playing this the other day, and we went right outside. Oh, I thought we were right outside of town, and I was showing him because Zombie in zombie fashion took like a whole like 24 bombs that you get in this game, like pretty powerful ones, and threw them in a hole. And it was just like these big bombs will really like tear up some terrain. And so I threw 27 bombs straight down, one on another and another, and it literally by the last one you could barely hear the explosion. And then we went down in this hole that took us forever to get down to the bottom, and then we just started digging straight down, and we kept digging for a while, and we couldn't get out, so we had to teleport out. Like it's pretty crazy how deep the terrain goes, because I thought, you know, it would be like 7 days to die. You'd hit that noise that says, yeah, like, you know, you're not going any further.
You're not talking about eye digging?
Yeah, no, not this time. But the digging in this game puts that one to shame. Like, for real. But it was funny because I thought we could just log out, you know, and it'll come back, because if you dig outside your house, once you log out and log back in, everything gets reverted back. Well, come to find out, our land expands further, because you start off with the 40 by 40 by 40 land, and when you're done, it's 160 by 160 by 160, and I didn't go far enough out, so it was literally on our property still. So we covered it up, the top of it up, and then we were joking about like having zombie come in and stand on the spot, and I take away a piece of ground, and we tried it, and there was on one spot, and it wasn't there. Like you just fell down a little bit. We put too much underneath. So Shorty was sitting there talking, and he was just standing over top of this one spot, and I took away the terrain, and he fell all the way down. I was like, there's the spot. Oh, we laughed so hard about that, but it was so funny. Like, I was like, well, now I know which part of the terrain to take away. And then he tried to get me, and I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. But yeah, it's a fun game to play. I definitely would give it a chance if anybody out there is looking for a game that's under $30, especially right now. Like I said, with the summer sale, it's 20% off, and that offer ends July 10th. So that being said, let's go to Ocean. Ocean, what do you have? What do you have for me that you've been playing recently?
So first off, thanks for having me. I just really wanted to say that dinosaurs use echolocation like bats.
Do they really?
Exactly. And the T-Rex actually screamed like a dolphin, according to the paleontologist. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one of the games I've been playing recently, and I know Phoenix has this too, is Killer in Frequency, which you are kind of like a talk show host starting out, but like you just moved to a small town, and this serial killer that everyone thought was dead comes back that night, and you eventually end up as, although you're still running a radio station, you also become basically a 911 operator to help people survive their encounters.
Huh. Yeah, so the funny thing about this is I got this game. It was on sale for like a few dollars. Well, I had so much money on my Steam, so it only cost me like $2 to get it. And Ocean, I told Ocean about it, and he's like, huh. And he ended up buying it. So that was pretty funny. So anyways, what do you like about the game? I've heard a lot of things about the soundtrack. Is the soundtrack that good?
So there's a lot of soundtracks. You don't even have to get the DLC for it, although there is one if you want it. But there's a bunch of different records that you can find and that you start with, and you can play those kind of whenever you want and in between taking your quote-unquote calls. And overall, I also like that there's just a lot of comedy in there.
By the way, did you know that dinosaur eggs hatched instantly like popcorn?
I did not.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. And you know, dinosaurs also went extinct because they forgot how to mate.
That's crazy. I can't believe they forgot that after all that time. They just, that one little thing.
Well, I mean,
that whole meteor thing. You know, those T-Rexes the absolutely jacked
No, that's
arm.
fake.
They were
That was
they were
fake. Don't
having
let them.
no, they were having a baseball tournament, and like
Oh, I see.
they ran out of balls, so they just used one of their massive eggs. And so like it wasn't the asteroid that killed everything. It was like it was the ensuing flood from the egg yolk when they flung it so hard it just flew into the stratosphere and came back down with colossal force,
Is that how we got our moon?
drowning the land in eggy yellow, and then the remaining eggshells that were floating in space formed the moon, and they solidified, and that's how we got that.
Huh. Well, after having all that over the place, they lost their sexual drive and they were like, you know what? I'm done.
If we lay another egg, we could cause another rapture.
Oh gosh.
It died out.
So anyways,
Unfortunately, the aquatic dwellers didn't really get the message, but they died out on their own.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother story for another time.
Well, that's why all dinosaurs turn into alligators or crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yep. They had to adapt, and then they also had to be smaller so they could lay even smaller eggs. But even then, they were terrified. It took some adjustments, but they got there eventually.
Well, fun fact though, the pterodactyl actually is the predecessor to a crocodile.
The mitochondria is the powerhouse of this.
You know what that reminds me of? Did you know dinosaurs actually had fur, not feathers?
All right, back to killer
back to killer
frequency.
Anyway, so I also like it because you eventually happen upon there was a big cover up that kind of kicked it all off 40 years ago. So it's kind of detective / you make choices that let people survive, which affects later decisions you can make and such. And then overall, I like it, and it's also up till July 10th. It is only $7.50.
Yeah, that's
70% off on Steam.
Now it is a one-player game, so don't think you can get into any co-op type of like shenanigans with that. Yeah, we were right on par with that one, buddy.
Let's kill everyone.
Yeah.
Although if you want to hold somebody's hand while playing, you can't do that.
Ocean was holding mine, so yeah.
That was your hand?
Yes, that was my hand.
Oh, gotcha. I thought that was 2 pillows.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, after that, yeah, I do intend on playing this game. I did buy it, but Ocean just beat me to it because I've been playing Enshrouded. So he literally started playing that as I was playing Enshrouded, and he was playing it like the same time. So at first, at least. But yeah, I look forward to that. So all right, well, let's go back to the top. Arson, what do you got for us?
This might be a quick one, considering me and Grim have literally not made that much progress in it, but it would be Darksiders Genesis. Now, I have never played a Darksiders game up until this point. I did hear pretty good things about like the other games before, but at the time it just didn't seem like a series that called my name.
Yeah.
With Darksiders Genesis though, it's a top-down. Well, it's from an aerial point of view. So
is it kind of like what is it? Diablo type of deal?
Kind of, yeah. You
Okay.
do have abilities that go on cooldown. You do have your slash, your shoot.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the top view side,
Top
like
down.
yeah.
Well, sometimes it is top down, and other times it does like adjust the camera angle for
Okay.
some of the areas. But you play as 2 horsemen. Now, this isn't the horsemen of the apocalypse. Genesis or Darksiders does it a little bit different, where the horsemen I think they were a race of people that were granted special abilities, but now they're under the leash of the council, and now they have to do all this stuff for them, or else suffer. I guess we gave you these powers, and we can take them away and make you suffer, or something like that. But you play as 2 horsemen, Strife and War. They're the typical sassy, sassy, joking, not taking anything really seriously Strife. and then the very blunt, down to the point, I'm going to shank you, war, and their dynamic is perfect. It's absolutely hilarious. I love these guys a lot. And they're you know it's unique in the sense that this is a prequel. So technically speaking, I'm not really screwing myself over by like, oh well, this is during the third or the second or the first game. This is like a prequel before all of the games. So
Mhm.
you go in, and then obviously if you want, you can do it with a friend, which is obviously going to be the recommended choice, or you can just have the boring old AI. But who
Mhm.
wants that? So obviously, like all tales begin, Grim forced me to get this. And I was a bit hesitant at first. I was like, I don't know, man. We've already done most of this stuff. I mean,
Now hold up. One thing I just need to say real quick. Did you know that dinosaurs didn't go extinct? They just turned into house cats to infiltrate humanity.
fascinating that they turned their biology from cold-blooded
Yeah.
to warm-blooded.
Also, before they became cats, did you know the pterosaurs, they didn't fly using any wings. They actually hovered using anti-gravity organs powered by plankton, according to NASA.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Huh. The more you know, you know?
Yeah, stamp that on the history papers.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Darksiders.
Well, yeah, we haven't fully gone into it that much. It
Yeah.
was at first it's just kind of like, oh well, it's a top down and a little hack and slash. This will be nice to just go through for a bit, and I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, the gameplay is some of the reason why I like playing it, but also at the same time, I love the character dynamic between Strife and War. It's really good. Like
Huh.
the voice actors really bounce off each other very well, and
Really?
the voice actor for War, I believe, is also the same one who voices Doctor Strange in Rivals.
Oh,
So
really?
because like I was like, I swear I heard that voice before, and then it finally clicked. I was like, wait, that's Doctor Strange, and yeah, he plays War. I think he also plays War in the other games as well. I don't know. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong. I don't. This is literally my very first Darksiders game, so
Yeah.
I know jack squat about it.
Huh.
But yeah, you're in hell. You're
Speaking of
obviously.
communication, did you know dinosaurs talk to each other through Morse code with thumping the ground with their tails and blinking their eyelids?
I thought they used that as a trick and a ploy to bring out the massive worms from the ground, like the
Well, actually,
Alaskan bullworm.
their biggest trick was they actually had a cryptocurrency rug pull called Jurassic Coin.
Wasn't it a giant stone with like uh someone's face engraved on it? Obviously they didn't know what humans were back then, but like the face was so unique that they used it as a form of currency.
No, it
Well, I
was a
mean,
T-Rex head. It was a T-Rex head with Trump's hair.
For the very
Well,
best.
it's funny you're mentioning all that because some think that the dinosaur fossils we find are actually petrified dino cosplays from time travelers.
Those are some massive cosplays.
That is really big cosplay. Well,
They're into some stuff.
since we're on this talk, did you know that the horsemen in that game you're playing actually started out as dinosaurs?
I mean,
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
know. I wouldn't know. That's the
Ah,
thing.
dang, spoiler. I'm sorry.
Where's Grim when we need him?
Yeah, where is he? Where is that guy? He could
Jeez.
be dumping all of this truth and facts on us.
Yeah,
No, like
the Loch Ness
instead we have ocean.
Monster.
Of course, he only shows up when he wants to. Just freaking barges in
Exactly.
and corrects us on an episode we did like 2 years ago or something. I don't know.
Right. Right. It's literally like it's been over a year and a half since we did that episode of Transformers. He's like, let's do a Transformers episode. I'm gonna interrupt DVD. But
I mean, I'll take any excuse to interrupt DVD, but
yeah, fair point. Fair point. Well, all right. So where do you expect this game to go? Because look, Arson, when he starts a game, he usually finishes it really quick. Like, he goes through it so fast.
It depends.
So, how long do you think it's going to take you to get through this? And,
Probably quite a bit, because I have the giant ball and chain with the name Grim engraved on. No, I'm just kidding.
Dino Boy.
Not that long. I imagine it's not that really big of a game. It's probably going to be a decent, probably 10 to maybe 20 hours, probably, if we do everything.
Yeah.
But it's a fun co-op game. Like, I feel like we need more of those. Like, just co-op game where you just play a story focused game with your friend. Like, that's just fun. Like any game that you can just mess around with a friend is
That's
always
cool.
going to be like a fun game for me.
All right.
So
Well,
I mean, I picked this up when it was like on sale. So on like PlayStation, it was like $8, I think. I don't know if it's on sale anywhere else. It probably is. It's Darksiders as a series hasn't really been active for a while.
yeah.
So I mean, would this be like a good starting point? Maybe, probably not. I mean, if anything, I'd probably suggest that you play the first game first. As for this, it's like a good game. Like, if you like
Yeah.
top down, if you like co-op abilities. There's also puzzles. If you like puzzles, it has puzzles. Did I mention that it has puzzles? Because man, do they love their puzzles.
So I got a question about that. Do they actually have puzzles?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad
Phoenix
we got
loves his puzzle games.
Yeah, sure I do.
We love puzzle games.
It's like, I like a challenge.
Well, there you go, guys. If you got $8, if it's still on sale, pick it up, play it. Tell us what you think about his choice, and yeah. So moving on.
Dinosaurs. No, I'm just kidding.
Moving on. There's a game that Ocean and I have been playing recently, and I've really been enjoying it. But the thing is I found this game originally when it was just coming out. It was like right around. It came out May 30th, and
I got it the first week it was out.
Yeah, so I seen on one of those sites I was trying to get free keys. I actually applied to get this one, but they never gave it to me. And then when it came out, I was like, man, I really want to play this because, to be fair, Ocean and I, we go looking for games that are poorly rated because we've got our channel Bad Game Bros where we discuss, where we play games that are just bad. Like, we've had some really bad ones. And to be fair, I thought that this one was going to be one of those, but it's further from the truth. This game is made by the people who made the game Lunch Lady. And you could kind of see it in some of the animations and in the ghosts and stuff, I think. But it's by Manic Mice, and this game is called Paranormal Cleanup, and basically it's a 1 to 4 player co-op survival horror game. And this is like, I'm going to read what it says about it. It says, this is no ordinary cleanup job. You are tasked with cleaning up paranormal locations, unclog dirty toilets, which are freaking nasty, and scrub ectoplasm, but don't get caught by the entities that are hunting you. So basically, we're a cleaning crew that go in onto this site. We've got tasks that we got to complete. And once those are complete, like there's like, for one instance, there's this one house that's a starter house. You got to find 5 toys. They're like haunted toys. You burn them in the fireplace, and when you burn them, you basically exorcise the demon, or the ghost or whatever. And then you just clean up. It took a lot. It was a learning curve on some of the stuff to do, like finding the ectoplasm to scrub. It only comes out when the ghost is hunting, and when the ghost is actually gone. So like when you exorcise it, or when you just get rid of it, goes busted, whatever. They show up so you can see them easier, which is really, really good because, but this game is so enjoyable. I love it so much. And to be fair, we're going to be playing it later. And it's just one of those games that, like, if you play Phasmophobia, this tops that to me.
Also, the ghost will flirt with you in this one. They'll call you sweetheart and stuff.
Sweetheart. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out all the words that thing says in the town.
I have no idea. I think we've picked out 3 out of like 6.
Yeah. Well, we know it says sweetheart. Like 100% that says sweetheart.
It's chasing you through a supermarket. Sweetheart.
Sweetheart, don't forget the energy drink. Oh my gosh, speaking of energy drinks.
That was awesome.
we so there's in the market.
$4,000.
Oh my gosh, we spent so much money on energy drinks. So okay, they're in the market, like in the map with the little town with the market in it. There's a vending machine where you could buy energy drinks, and they're not that expensive, but they are when you buy like the max amount. Like we literally maxed out the amount that you could buy in the machine. And then,
whatever the coder put that number at, because he thought we'd never hit it, we hit it.
We hit it. You should get it. We should have got an achievement for that, to be fair.
Right? And we made him run out, and then we drank every last one of them.
Yeah, Zombie drank more than anybody else. He just, like, during the whole time we were playing, Zombie sat there and just kept drinking while we're looking for stuff. He's just sitting there drinking the energy drinks back to back to back to back to back. And then when he was done,
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, like it was crazy. Like the cans like engulfed him. Like they were all over him. It was hilarious. But
made a fortress out of him.
Yes, we did. But the fun thing, the replayability of this is so good. Now granted, there comes a time where you could get kind of annoyed at it, especially when people annoy you. Because to start a match, everybody has to go around the van, and if somebody steps out of the van area, it resets the timer. And Ocean likes to annoy me. I do.
That too. The first day we played, he actually started that and then regretted it because we all did it too.
Yeah, and then Zombie, like. Zombie takes it to a whole new level, but but it is a lot of fun. Like the character models for your
Who's
characters.
The one you said that mine always looks like
John Coffey from the Green Mile.
Green Mile. Yeah,
it looks literally like he does look like John Coffey. Like he's just a big black dude, And my guy looks like what'd you say? My guy looked like?
He kind of looks like my GTA character now that I think about it.
Yeah, which is not good. But
not allowed within certain distances of schools. We'll leave it at that.
So it's funny because they want you to spend money on like outfits and stuff, but none of the not actual money, like in-game money. But
they're so bad though.
They're horrible. I did buy a red outfit, but now he calls me Mario.
It looks like a 2-year-old tie-dyed them.
Yeah. So when it comes to the aesthetics of your character, they're not the greatest, but the gameplay of it is amazing. Like everything about it, that game, I just absolutely love. It's the first game that I think we've ever played that the ghost can chase you all the way back to the van, like to the starting point. Like there's no safe spot. We found that out really quickly. And
not even the lockers are safe in that.
Yeah,
it does not matter.
They pull you out. Oh my gosh, it's quite an experience. And if you guys have ever like cleaned up a toilet,
what that reminds me of? Velociraptors actually had venomous spit, laser eyes, and access to government funding.
Wow! Wait, we had government back then?
Yeah, well, according to certain paleontologists, they actually would wear leaves on their heads like hats to symbolize their rank in government.
Couldn't keep a straight face on that one.
Like the Boy Scouts, instead of badges, it's a bunch of different like leaves from different trees to signify their rank.
And you don't even want to know what they use as glue for those leaves.
Oh my gosh! Yes, let's not talk about that.
It's permanent.
Was it egg yolk?
Sap.
It was egg yolk.
Sap.
Oh, okay.
It was sap from trees. It's
Sap.
Okay.
It was the egg yolk from the Great Disaster.
Yeah.
Which actually is funny because NASA sometimes some of them think that they actually went extinct trying to reach the moon after they built the pyramids.
Wow, that hey, that makes sense. So Anyways, back to Paranormal Cleanup. If you guys enjoy a good co-op horror survival type of game, and to be fair, it's kind of like those like cleanup simulators and all that stuff. It's kind of like a mix to me, except for you're not building a business; you just continue to do the same thing. And so it's like Faz in that regard, but it's so much better to me. But right now it is not on sale, but it's less than most of the other games, and it's only $10 to get Paranormal Cleanup. They do have a bundle that you can get on sale. Lunch Lady and
bundle that.
Yeah, well, Lunch Lady and Paranormal Cleanup for $12.13. So, and then there's another bundle. We're not going to get into that though. So
you know what that reminds me of? That Killer Frequency game also has a bundle, and that game that coincides with it looks so bad.
No, yeah.
It is like some two people trapped in a school on some seance thing, and it looks so bad. The graphics looks like a 2002 video camera. Like it's
well, yeah, if you guys are interested in that, man, pick it up. Like I said, it's $10. Support good games, like especially like indie games like this.
Especially in these trying times.
Yes. I mean, look, to get a game on sale is one thing, but if you could buy a game for under $10 and it be the playability of it, it's really good. So check it out. That's all I can say. And moving on, we're going to move on to Ocean with his next choice.
All right. So this game is probably the only AAA game I've bought and played that I actually liked in the last few years. And it is called Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. And you play as basically a giant 8-foot soldier in power armor from Fallout. And you go around killing giant aliens and demons and such, and it really feels like you're kind of the main character in a movie. Great graphics, and then the aesthetics are really great. They took their time on that, and they group that by different chapters. If you've ever watched Space Marine or anything with that, and they all have their own kind of aesthetic things to do.
So I've never played it, but it looks pretty good. I mean, the graphics look pretty tight on it.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, when it comes to gameplay, they're fun. But man, the lore is a whole different story.
Oh yeah, it's got some crazy lore to it.
Yeah, this is like hundreds and hundreds of hours of lore. I couldn't even begin to comprehend.
There's tons of games on Steam as well. I think this is the best one, at least best looking, but yeah, there's tons. They really took their time on this one. A lot of attention to detail from the background to the enemies, characters.
Huh. Well, hey, by the way, did you know that dinosaur bones are still growing underground? They're like giant root systems. But the funny thing is museums just prune them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a gardener, but it's for the museum. He just goes around with a saw and some bolt cutters to whittle them down so they don't overgrow the museum, and get into the other displays. It's a bit of a hassle. Oh, especially with the ones that they hang from the ceiling. Man.
Oh yeah, that's tricky.
Those are the overgrown ones. They just kind of built a room around them.
Yeah, that's the tricky ones. But yeah, I just felt like, I don't know, with him spitting out all these facts, I felt like I had to bring out my knowledge too. So
these are all 100% scientifically accurate by NASA and paleontologists around the world.
Exactly. No matter what anybody says or tries to refute these, just know these are all true facts.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. If anybody is going to say these are not true, speak right now.
Silence. Would you look at that?
Well, all right. So no one to say no.
I guess the majority have it.
Yep.
It looks like everybody in the world agrees on all these dinosaur facts. Nobody can refute them in a later date.
Yeah, so if you comment on this in the comments below, we're gonna ignore them. So
Also
Yeah.
placing down the card of knowledge. Once the knowledge has been said, it cannot be refuted in any future possible scenario.
yeah, I
Take
mean,
your complaints to Twitter.
we're not like Wikipedia. We actually go after the
We
cold hard
verify.
facts. Exactly. So
Yeah.
that being said, hey, continue with your
All-
game.
and that's really about it. Love the aesthetics, great story. Yeah, great attention to detail. Really can't complain about anything with it. It's worth so it's currently 40% off at $36. It's normally $60 for the standard edition. I'd say 36 is probably a steal for this. It's a pretty good game. It's worth its money.
But it's fairly new too, right? So
Yeah, it came out in 2024 in September, so
Yeah.
it's less than a year old.
yeah. Okay. Well, hey, there you go. Go after a good, 36% off game. Hey, might as well. If you enjoy those type of games, go for it. And that being said, we've got time for maybe one more quick one apiece, and then we'll
Rapid
start
fire.
closing out. So yeah. So Arson, don't rapid fire the one. Just go with one of your other ones, and we'll come back to you at the end.
So just throw one out there.
Yeah,
Just
one of
any-
the ones. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's the finals. No, I'm just... That's the basic answer. It's just another arena-ish shooter.
Yeah.
One that I did kind of get back into that was pretty fun. That because I was smacking Grim all over the place would be Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, okay.
We recently kind of got back into that series just a little bit because we played the collection, which had the classic games. But then I was like, well, I mean, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is just way better. And he's like, all right, fine, whatever. Let's prove it. And then I kind of annihilated him.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Well, I
granted,
mean,
he did catch up. He did play a good catch-up game, so there's that. He did win a couple over me as well. So I mean, very fun game though. I love classic arcade. I still prefer my fighting games to be 1v1 instead of 3v3. But
yeah.
Still fun. Very fun game.
All right. Well, there you go. How much is that gonna set you back? Or do you know?
Money wise, probably not that much. It's an old game.
It's an older
probably
game,
like
yeah.
It's probably at most like 20 bucks. But I mean, if you really want to wait on sale for it, I think it does go on sale pretty often. Especially with the way Capcom is, they like putting their games on sale.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a great game. I love the comic book aesthetic they wanted to go. Voice actors are great. The character roster is also fantastic. If you want a good old fighting game, 3v3.
Real quick though, did you know that paleontologists don't dig fossils? They summon them using forbidden dance rituals and unpaid internships.
Actually, I
This
did know that
all-
one.
This
I-
all
that's-
ties back to the egg yolk, like the roots growing, all that stuff. It's all going back to the egg. So when they summon it, they need a little bit of that primordial egg yolk to even think about doing any ritual like that.
Well,
And then they make a sacrifice of one of the interns, of course.
well, and I actually knew about this because that's why grad students always look tired. So
Is that why they're also in tremendous debt?
yeah,
Yeah, all the egg yolk purchases that they messed up as an intern, they have to pay that back, which is that they actually become the pruners.
That's actually like hundreds
well-
of thousands of dollars.
especially with the price of eggs right now.
And cheese.
To even get a drop of the primordial egg yolk, that's like that's your kid's college tuition there.
Oh
Probably
man.
even more.
Well, the funny thing is about that is I have another fact to throw on top of that. And did you know that dinosaurs actually don't sleep? They just pause time around themselves.
they recharge their brain a bit. They don't have to close their eyes.
If only the grad students could do that too.
Right, exactly. But I guess they don't have the brain power, unlike dinosaurs, which I also heard they're like the smartest, like actual thing that has ever walked the face of the planet.
It was actually a legendary T-Rex known for his absolutely beneficial creation called the glasses.
Oh. Well, all right. Moving on. Rapid fire is turning into less rapid fire, but hey, whatever. This is our podcast. We can go as long as we want, right? Second, my last game I want to talk about is a game that I've talked about before. I really like it. It's been out since 2016. But I just started back into it because this one developer has been developing this game over the time, and it's from Cold Games, and it's called Subsistence, and it's basically like a survival sandbox game. You know, it's first person, and you basically go out into the woods and hunt animals like wolves and bears and mountain lions and humans.
It's okay. You could just say you love Enshrouded more.
I do love Enshrouded more. However, this one is sits pretty close to my heart.
Yes, of course. It was there when no one else was.
Exactly.
But then when Enshrouded peeked its head, you just left it, dumped it like it meant nothing to you.
Oh, well, to be fair, I actually did, because I was playing this like pretty consistent until I played Enshrouded, and then after that I just haven't looked back. But this is one of the most recent games I have played, so but to be fair, it's got really, really good aesthetics. Like the guy has worked really hard on this. I remember when it was just Annie Alina will be like, I remember when they had no water, like no lakes or anything, and I didn't play it that early on, but the guy added these huge lakes, and now there's underground or underwater taverns that you are tunnels that you could go into. It's a 3-drink minimum at the tavern. No. But
you know what that reminded me of?
What?
Dinosaurs had Wi-Fi. It stood for Wireless Instinct Feedback Interface.
Huh. And
Velociraptor vlogs were huge on that platform.
Really?
Yeah, because they streamed together, because they're in packs. They streamed it kind of like this podcast. They kind of had their own thing going on.
Ah. Yeah. Maybe we should call this episode "Did You Know?" I feel like we should, but anyways.
Did you know?
So yeah, Subsistence is a pretty good game. If you like a game it's on sale, 30% off for under $10. It's $9.79. It's normally about $14. So, but it's definitely worth it. The guy puts a lot of effort into it. You get regular updates. He actually put into where you could drive an ATV in it now. You could build an ATV eventually. You get the parts and do it. He put in like crashing planes that you could go and loot. You have to face some people there that survived the crash apparently. But other than that, it's a lot of fun. It's challenging when the hunters are turned on, because you can actually turn the hunters off. But when you have the hunters on, it gets pretty challenging, especially when they hunt you. It's pretty good. But if you get a chance and you got 10 extra bucks, check it out. Subsistence. It's on Steam. Yeah, definitely. And that leads us to our last rapid fire, and that's Ocean.
I think it's only fair we wrap up talking about a dinosaur game.
Oh, hold on. Before you get started, did you know the first dinosaur to do a backflip was declared king of the planet for 1,000 years?
That's crazy. What was it called?
You actually think I know his name? Well, guess what? I do. His name, and I'm probably going to screw this up, but Chad Ladak. I can't do it, man. You got to do it.
A Chad Ladak.
Yeah, you can't even do it.
I really wanted to hear you
just
pronounce
call him Kingosaurus.
Kingosaurus Rex. His name was Rex. Chatosaurus. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, the dinosaur game, huh?
Yeah. So this is actually it's a demo because the full game isn't out yet. It's called Ferocious. You start off on a boat, you wash up ashore, you know that usual trope. And then you accidentally turn up on an island that has dinosaurs on it, and there's like some secret shadow government organization there you are also fighting.
Interesting.
And yeah, so you're kind of running around, it's first person shooter basically. But yeah, so you're fighting mercenaries, and then you get dinosaurs, everything from, you get like small, weird looking frog things to T-Rex, kind of everything in between.
Hmm.
Yeah. Or it's a fairly large demo too. I played 87 minutes. I didn't quite finish it. But overall, yeah, it was pretty good. Originally, it was a one-man indie team, and then he hired a couple of people on, some actors as well to kind of ramp it up.
So when's that come out? Do you know? Does it have a release date?
I don't think he has a release date yet. He just has the demo out, which is free, of course, because it's a demo. But yeah, it's not out yet.
It's like I said yesterday in the stream, it's just in early access until the dev decides they want it out of early access.
Right.
And
Exactly.
usually that takes 5 to 10 business years.
Yeah. Which means 5 to 20. It's like a prison sentence.
You'll never see the light of day again.
Well, and to be fair, a lot of these games that I mentioned are still early access.
Everything is early access
Yeah.
until they can no longer, until it's like 10 years later and like, well, I guess we should bring it out.
Well, it's funny. Under Subsistence, it has the early access game. It says, games in early access are not complete and may or may not change further. If you are not excited to play this game in its current state, then you should wait to see if the game progresses further in development. Click here to learn more.
You know what that reminds me of? The Brontosaurus was made entirely of marshmallows and only survived rainstorms by hiding under giant lily pads. It's called the Malosaurus Squishy.
The Malosaurus.
Well, that's interesting because I also heard something else, that the meteor was actually a giant egg laid by Earth itself to reset the planet.
Did they call that event anything, or?
Yeah, it was literally the hatchling. It's the first
That's
microwave.
unoriginal.
No,
Yeah.
it was the Great Yokening.
The Great Yokening.
That's a great easy over.
That's better than the first microwave.
Yeah.
Some insensitive people also like to call it the Sunny Side Up incident.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, so now that we got all that out of the way, I think Arson has one more that he would like to talk about. And
The egg part.
Oh, really? I think we've made it past that point where we can finally end the episode peacefully.
we can absolutely. I mean, if you want, that's fine.
No, we can save that for a mini.
For a mini, like the car,
Like the Disney character.
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse
Indeed.
Clubhouse, come inside. It's fun inside.
Oh,
I mean, what's our time crunch at right now? I mean, we've more than fulfilled
and a half.
that.
yeah, 107. We're at 107. So
We've definitely fulfilled the contract.
yeah, which is fine. But I will say this, guys. Next week, well, I guess this week, we could say this
Next
week. This week we Arson and I and our friend from Something Suave Theaters, Tim, will be getting together and doing another From the Ashes at the Movies. And this time we're going to be covering some patriotic cartoons and whatnot, but what's gonna mainline it is our Steamboat Willie, because we can actually use Steamboat Willie because it is in the public domain. And so we're going to be using the golden goose from Disney, that is a mouse, in our feature. So come check that out. It should be up by this coming weekend. I'm going to hopefully have it up by July 4th, but if not, it'll be maybe July 5th. So we'll see. Hopefully it's up by July 4th though. So check that out, guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're just gonna sit through and make fun of all these cartoons. I think we got like a Popeye episode that we're gonna be covering, and a couple others. There may be a World War II-esque type of cartoon that covers. Never mind, I'm not even gonna say it on here.
Yeah.
But anyways, it may be a little controversial, is what I'm saying. So on that, I want to thank Ocean for all of his dinosaur facts. That I tell you what though, for someone that knows dinosaurs so well, I have never once heard Grimm say anything good about like you have, man. You really spit off some really good ones.
He's a poser.
He's a poser. No, did you know that Grimlock? No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. He would will himself into this call.
I can't wait to do the same next week with Transformers, so he's really mad.
Yeah.
Transformers fact. Oh no.
Gosh.
They're not ready for the truth.
No, not at all. But on that note, guys, I appreciate you all for being here. If you guys want to know more about From the Ashes podcast, we've got our link that is actually fixed in the description. You could go check out all things. Yeah, every link actually works. It's clickable. You literally could click on anything in there and it'll go there. So
you can interact. You can click that funny subscribe button.
Yeah.
I'm talking about on Phoenix's Twitch channel, so you can sucker yourself into paying money.
Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. But on that note, I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. I hope I don't hear of any incidents where somebody loses a hand or a finger because they were trying to light off a firework. That's just be safe with all that in all reality. And again, that's it for this episode. And you guys have a fabulous week.
Did you know that the Spinosaurus, by the way, the worst dinosaur ever, wasn't even an actual dinosaur? It was a badly assembled IKEA crocodile. And get this, some parts were left over and used to build a duck, which is why both of those creatures suck too.